Greetings. My name is Howard Tipton. It's hard to believe that I've had the privilege to be your county administrator for almost 5 years, and again have the honor to provide this update to you now. And I have to begin by saying that all of the progress you are going to hear today reflects the leadership at the top of this organization. The St. Lucie County Commission has been strong in their vision for a better St. Lucie, ensuring that our core responsibilities are met while being good stewards of the public's money. It is with their leadership and support that this report is presented, and I am grateful for the opportunity to serve such a distinguished team of elected officials. As we begin this year's review, we realize that the upcoming new year that will usher in 2020 will have closed out the second decade in the 2000s. So let's start with a quick comparison of life in 2010 and now in 2019. 2010 saw this country, this state, and this county reeling from the effects of the Great Recession. With the U.S. economy now in its longest expansion in history, the comparisons to where we were as a community a decade ago should be pretty favorable, and they are. The county's population in 2010 was estimated at 277,000. Recognizing that everything slowed down in the early part of the decade due to the slow economic recovery, the county's estimated population in 2019 is now 313,000, or 36,000 more residents, which is 13% higher, with most of that growth occurring since 2014. The other milestone with that population growth is that now St. Lucie County is poised to be the 20th largest county in Florida when measured by population. And let's remember that there are 67 counties in the state of Florida. And that makes sense given that Port St. Lucie is now the 7th largest city in Florida. Per capita income was at $30,300 in 2010, and in 2017, the last year available, it was $38,835, a 28% increase, and we know that number is actually higher today. Median household income saw similar growth. Unemployment rate average in 2010 in St. Lucie was a staggering 13.9% for the year. Currently, St. Lucie's unemployment stands at 4.1% with a more diversified economy. We're even seeing challenges in filling certain positions in our organization and across the community. That's an amazing and much welcomed employment turnaround. Violent crime is down 32% through 2018, although it remains too high for a community our size. The number of people living in poverty is moving in a better direction, but like crime, is still too high. The strong, diversified economy that St. Lucie is building will only help these numbers go down. High school graduation rates in 2010 for our county were 67%. For 2019, the school board improved dramatically to 92%. Talk about a turnaround. Well done once again to our public education partners. Median home values in St. Lucie in 2010 averaged $104,000, and today we are seeing median home values at $230,000, and the growth we've seen is much more real and less speculative. Just looking at the infill development around the county and the newer developments that are selling well, we see the demand for housing remains strong. The best visual to sum up the transformation that has occurred over this past decade was the difference in the signs in people's front yards. That's a great way to look at how far we have come. The annual budget for the county is an interesting comparison as well over the past decade. For the fiscal year 2009-2010, the county's total budget was $600 million and was interestingly $654 million the year before that in fiscal year 2008-2009. A decade later, the county's proposed total budget is $587 million, or $13 million less in today's dollars, which doesn't take into account inflation. How is that possible to have a budget that has gone down over a decade by 2.2% while serving a county population that has grown 13% during that same 10-year time frame? I would submit that several different county commissions during this decade have implemented difficult cost-cutting and control measures while continuing to make investments in critical and core government functions like public safety and infrastructure. As to continued funding of core priorities, the county over this past decade has increased annual funding by more than $30 million for public safety, which includes the Sheriff's Office, 800 megahertz public safety radio system, the jail security system and maintenance needs, and emergency management and 911. The county has increased funding for public health and mosquito control and the health department, and the county has increased transit funding, which provides essential services for our employers, people looking to get to school, and for medical needs. The county has stepped up to replenish Fort Pierce Beach when the Army Corps doesn't fund a timely nourishment in the every 2-year battle of erosion. The point I'm making is that with fewer dollars and employees, the county has been making critical investments over the past 10 years in our community's health, safety, and infrastructure that has and will continue to serve St. Lucie well for years to come. One of the great things about this community is that so many people and organizations are working harder than ever before to create something very special right here in St. Lucie. I've mentioned the school board and Superintendent Wayne Gent's extraordinary progress on graduation rates. How about the City of Port St. Lucie opening up later this month the long-awaited Crosstown Parkway? Or how about PSL's efforts to revive the life sciences dream with Torrey Pines and FIU, and Cleveland Clinic's interest in our research partnership utilizing the VGTI building? Port St. Lucie's efforts to really revive the life sciences in our community will no doubt be, in my mind, a key step in pushing our economy higher. And speaking of Cleveland Clinic, look at the effort by Martin Health Systems to keep our region competitive in healthcare by bringing to our community such a renowned healthcare provider. This is another game changer for St. Lucie County. Indian River State College has been an excellent education partner for years and now can claim the Aspen Award to cement their top position in the United States. Our HCA Lawnwood Hospital is joining Cleveland Clinic in an expansion mode with a $100 million addition to their existing campus. The City of Fort Pierce and Fort Pierce Utility Authority are moving forward with the redevelopment of the old power plant site, which will add a new and exciting dynamic to the downtown, along with the new Krabby's restaurant at the marina. Good news abounds. The county has helped foster support for Indian River State College through encouraging our businesses to support and partner with them to provide scholarship funds. We believe it's smart business to invest in education, and I'm pleased to share that thanks to the generosity of WastePro and Inframark, there is now $50,000 going into the IRSC Foundation every year, and 10 $1,500 scholarships have already been awarded. The stronger our support for education and training, the stronger our economy will grow, and we appreciate these businesses investing in our future. Partnership and collaboration are words to live by in St. Lucie County. We make good things happen faster when we work together, and this past year is another example of that. Working on this $1.2 million high-speed fiber project with FPUA, Allegheny Franciscan Ministries, and the City of Fort Pierce, we will ultimately see a fiber loop up Orange Avenue and Avenue D in Fort Pierce that will connect to fiber already on 25th Street and US 1. Creating the opportunity for the next generation of employment, we might see a 3D construction company or a robotics repair office open up shop in areas that previously couldn't support that bandwidth requirement. In another partnership with Allegheny Ministries, CareerSource, and the school board, the county was able to bring back the popular Summer for Success program this year, which provides excellent intern work experience to young adults in our community. The county has developed a first-class recycling facility that was able to take advantage of changing markets and still generate positive cash flow when many communities are just landfilling it. In a partnership with Port St. Lucie, the county provides an annual dividend to the city of $1.2 million for their materials, which helps to fund their neighborhood services activities. Who says recycling doesn't pay? Speaking of recycling, we were pleased to be able to assist Indian River County in the short term when their recycler went down. We're a good neighbor to our surrounding counties, and they support our efforts too. From Coffee Perks, which is a fabulous culinary business program through the school board for kids with special abilities that has now expanded to multiple locations, to working together with legislative initiatives, there's a bunch of good things that are happening from our working together. One of the most important collaborations we perform is when we have to activate the Emergency Operations Center in response to a man-made or natural threat. In this most recent case in activation for the potential impacts from Category 5 Hurricane Dorian, several things stood out to me. First, the training through FEMA that so many of our team have gone through really provided the framework for success. Utilizing the incident command system as a method of operation isn't something most of us do every day, and this training has been critical to our growth and development over these past few years. Also, the county's leadership development program has created greater confidence and skills in our staff to lead, especially in the general staff and command sections of the EOC. Second, Dorian provided as much motivation to get everything right as we've ever had. 185-mile sustained winds, 220 miles per hour gusts, less than 100 miles from our coast. Yeah, brother, it had our complete and undivided attention. And the teamwork was amazing, from our city partners to public safety, from FP&L and Fort Pierce Utilities to the health department and our special needs shelter, from the school board to the Florida Department of Emergency Management. We were firing on all cylinders. I am grateful and proud, as this community should be, to be part of such a strong emergency management response team. Lastly, on public safety collaboration, I want to add that the Children's Services Council, the Sheriff's Office, Allegheny Ministries, and the private donors stepped up to replace the federal funding that was lost for a critical youth prevention initiative for the Roundtable of St. Lucie County. And due to this collaboration, the Roundtable has just received new federal funds because they see the community buy-in. This partnerships thing seems to be catching on. Lastly, if we're celebrating, let us not forget that the past 10 months has seen our citizens pass a half-cent sales tax for infrastructure, a special millage rate to support our teachers and school security, and saw the statewide additional homestead exemption fail. If these had all gone the other way, we would have felt like we'd been hit by a hurricane, and this report would be very different. Sometimes you just need to catch a few breaks, and for sure we can say that we have. We have been very blessed indeed. The half-cent sales tax for infrastructure was passed last November, and the county has hit the ground running. This new revenue source will provide $9 million annually to the county for better roads, cleaner water, and more sidewalks. The collaboration on this initiative between the county and our municipal partners was outstanding and provides critical funding to critical infrastructure. The county has identified the projects and has embarked on the first 3-year capital plan, with the biggest project, Prima Vista repaving, getting ready to start October 1st. The Promise Citizens Oversight Committee has been established and meeting and will issue their first report, likely in January, on the progress that is being made. There's a lot of construction around this community, which is every county administrator's dream. And for the county, these projects have included: at Treasure Coast International Airport, we have a renovated front entrance and customs building with a new 32,000 square foot hangar under construction that will be used as a maintenance facility for larger jets. The airport is beginning to see its potential, and truly, the sky is the limit. The Sunshine Kitchen at the Treasure Coast Education and Research Park has been completed and provides much-needed cooking space for up-and-coming caterers and chefs who have an idea and need a place to grow it. The $57 million First Data Field renovation is on schedule to see substantial completion by the first pitch of spring training. The project, which is paid primarily by the Mets, the state, and the county's tourist tax, is a collaboration that will keep the team here for another 23 years with great tourism exposure to our #1 tourism market, which is New York and New Jersey. The artificial reef offshore is under construction too, with its latest addition, the ship Voce Bernadette, resting at about 100 feet. Fish and a few divers have already been seen hanging out in their new digs. Midway Road construction from US 1 to 25th Street continues to move forward, and the residents of White City can't wait to see that completed fall of 2020. And the Indrio Kings Highway intersection and the considerable road widening project for Kings Highway is moving forward and will help reshape transportation in the north part of the county. There are many more that the county has been a supporting partner in, like the new 400,000 square foot City Electric building in Tradition, the single largest structure in St. Lucie. Working together, leveraging resources and support, our community is squarely in the construction zone. The county's water and wastewater utility has had perhaps its biggest year in more than a decade. The county was able to renegotiate its bulk water agreement with Fort Pierce Utilities Authority, which allows the county to meet all new growth needs and was a win-win for both organizations. Additionally, the county and FPUA are working together on a joint study paid for equally, to determine if there's an opportunity to partner in moving the wastewater plant off of the barrier island. The county needs to build a new facility to meet our customer needs. They need to move their facility inland. Perhaps if, and it's a big if as it takes a lot of stars to align, we can do something together. If it works, it really could be a win for the environment, for our customers, for future development and redevelopment on South Hutchinson Island. In the meantime, our utility service expansion is providing potable water as a pilot project to a small portion of Lakewood Park that has the potential to be expanded over time. And the development opportunities along the Indrio Road corridor and the I-95 intersection that are now appearing on our radar couldn't have moved forward without the utility services that are now in place. Ensuring first world water services to our community is critical to public health, our environment, and our economy, and I'm pleased to report that progress is being made on all fronts. The Economic Development Council of St. Lucie County, under the leadership of Pete Tesch, has had another stellar year in terms of job growth and business expansion, working projects from east to west and north to south. Positive economic growth over the past decade has been key to our community turnaround, and this would seem like a good point in the presentation to discuss the county's efforts in this regard, as we've had a pretty good 12 months too. Aviators College announcement of both an expansion to their flight school as well as the creation of a new A&P school, which will provide the talent pipeline for the aircraft maintenance work at the airport, was exciting news. You can't grow the business if you can't get the people with the right talents. This is really a big step forward for our maintenance, rehab, and overhaul future at the airport. Part of that future at the Treasure Coast International Airport is that the private investment that is coming from companies like Plus One Air, Bite Me Transportation, gotta love that name. In addition to occupying several existing hangars, they have plans to add new hangars as well. The annual economic impact of TCIA was upgraded this past year from $155 million to over $500 million for our community. It's a big engine for our economy now, and when it hits $1 billion of annual economic impact in a few years, and it will, St. Lucie will be all the better for it. DVB-1 Delivery Station, also known as an Amazon fulfillment center for the last mile deliveries, was a welcome, if not a surprising, addition to our community, and Amazon's first on-the-ground experience here in St. Lucie. I know the EDC, CareerSource, and our own economic development team are working hard to see more of them in the future. Phoenix Metals was the first company to take advantage of the county's revolving loan fund at the airport, which was able to front the money for a nearly completed expansion of their airside services business and adds at least an additional 10 new employees. And then there is Pursuit and their expansion, which joins Maverick and Tattoo Yachts in helping to create a strong pleasure fishing boat manufacturing industry in the north part of the county. The Pursuit expansion is a story of keeping an existing company, of helping an existing company grow, and helping to preserve sensitive environmental lands, typically not things you see in the same sentence. Pursuit's $20 million investment will add more than 570,000 square feet to their current boat building capacity, and will add more than 200 jobs when completely built out. Phase 1 groundbreaking was last month and will add 182,000 square feet. Now for the environmental side of the story. The Pursuit project is the perfect combination of economic development and environmental stewardship. The entire undeveloped area around TCIA is prime scrub jay habitat, a federally protected species. Scrub jay permits are issued by the Federal Fish and Wildlife Service and can take more than a year to obtain. So in partnership, we have come up with and executed the following plan. Pursuit is donating to the county 32 acres of prime undeveloped uplands that is prime scrub jay habitat. The county is also purchasing the southern 10 acres of the development site to help connect some adjacent scrub jay habitat. The assembled scrub jay preservation land is part of a scrub jay mitigation bank the county is developing to help expedite economic development around the airport. Because of the land donation, along with the county staff working very closely with Pursuit, the FWS permit was expedited and issued in under 6 months. The project permit through the county was issued in 6 weeks. That's from application to board approval. This collaboration is one of the reasons Pursuit and their new owner, Malibu Boats, decided to expand in St. Lucie County over the many other options that they were considering. Great job to all around. Last year, I stood before you and said, what if we had a world-class ship operation that would bring the port worldwide attention for mega yacht repair and maintenance? This spring, the county completed contract negotiations with Director to do just that. They will take the reins of our working waterfront in October and will begin the transformation to a world-class mega yacht facility. They have ordered the largest ship lift system in the world from Italy and are working to add dry docks to this operation as well, ahead of the original contract discussions, which is only good for us. It's an exciting time at the port as we work with Director to achieve the dream of a mega yacht operation that adds $100 million to our local economy annually and creates hundreds of new, well-paying jobs. And to top it off, their long-term lease payments to the county cover the cost of the purchase. Paul Director and the entire company are excited to be here, and we're excited to have them. What they're going to do at the Port of Fort Pierce is to put us on the global map, and it's a transformative moment in our maritime history. One last note on economic development success that we're seeing, and that is that it can create some additional challenges, and we're seeing that in getting people who want to work to the job sites. The jobs being created are not only all over the county, but are also shift work, which stretches our transit system's capacity. The county is working with the EDC, CareerSource, our transit provider, Community Transit, as well as our employers to find solutions to this challenge, and the County Commission has added an additional $1 million in investment to make this happen. Transit is changing rapidly, and tomorrow's system will be an exciting one to see. In terms of what's ahead, the county will be working on a new strategic plan as well as a new fiscal plan. We're in the process now of conducting a citizen survey, and with that feedback and working with our community partners, we look forward to developing sound strategies to meet the opportunities of the future. This will include continued conversations around resiliency and how to deal with the impacts from climate change, which is a really big deal for a coastal community. We have the Port Master Plan work in 2020 to continue to evolve this economic engine. And we have a Parks Master Planning effort looking out over the next 10 years to better accommodate the additional 180,000 people that will call St. Lucie County home by 2050. The Met Stadium will be substantially complete with construction with the first pitch of spring training, and that will be a celebration, and we'll be cutting the ribbon at the same time on a new airport hangar. We have beach nourishments, and we're working on a new 50-year agreement with the Army Corps of Engineers to include structures on Fort Pierce Beach, which will slow the rate of erosion by 50%. We've got our new Citizens Academy rolling out in 2020, and of course continuing with our infrastructure initiatives thanks to the funding from the sales tax. I'm almost done. I want to remind everyone of the importance of the upcoming 2020 census that will be here next spring. If we take the position that everyone counts in St. Lucie County, and they do, then we need to be working together to ensure that we capture each and every person. It matters for legislative redistricting for all levels of government. It matters for federal dollars that can be pulled down for a variety of different needs, including the just talked about transit. But it really matters most to me to give us all the best snapshot we can of our community and where we stand today. The only way to measure progress and to know how far you've come is to know where you started. The cities and county are working on the 2020 census planning now, and will be reaching out to our businesses and nonprofit partners to ensure that in St. Lucie County, everyone counts. I can't complete this address without sharing how the St. Lucie County organization continues to amaze me with their compassion and caring. The fundraising efforts by this team of dedicated and selfless employees are absolutely top-notch and mean so much to the organizations we are able to support. As an example, recently we celebrated our library team who took on the chili cook-off for the Boys and Girls Club and raised the bar higher once again. Now, like so many of you, we are focused on the Bahamas and hope to continue to make a difference in their lives as we are to the people in our own community. As we wrap this up, this last slide of the Copas Veterans Nursing Home in tradition is our last example of community collaboration where the county led the charge for a much-needed veterans facility that is now being realized with a $100 million project that will be completed next year. The county, the city of Port St. Lucie, the state, and the federal government all coming together to help our veterans. It's a beautiful thing on a number of levels. During this time we've had together, I hope that you have been in the moment long enough to pause and take in what this past decade and this last 12 months have produced. In this past year, we've seen greater utility cooperation, spurring new development, 40 years in the making Crosstown Parkway getting ready to open, Torrey Pines and FIU forming a partnership. Cleveland Clinic joins our neighborhood and sees the old VGTI building as a research opportunity. The airport is expanding, the port is expanding, boat manufacturing is expanding. High school graduation rates are through the roof. IRSC is proclaimed the best in the land. We have low interest rates, a strong housing market, and the stock market remains near record highs. That would be enough in any 12-month period to qualify as a great year. But we also saw 2 voter-approved referendums and one of the strongest hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin history choose to go north. I don't know about you, but this may well be one of the greatest 12-month periods in total that St. Lucie County has ever seen. What makes this time so special to me is that the improvement and the excitement that's building in our community today is from all of us working together in partnership and collaboration, whether it's government, business, schools, not-for-profits, and volunteers. We bring it all together and it works. St. Lucie works, and because of that, the state of the county is strong. Thank you and God bless.